welcome or welcome back to my channel. Miss Wakesho here, and today I want to start this segment called my thoughts on. So I'll talk about different things that are trending, things that are on my mind. I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments down below. And then yeah, so let me get into this video. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. And yeah, so let's get into this video. First of all, I'll start with what's been trending this week, which is going to be last week for you guys. So guys, we witnessed a resurrection. Yes, someone was actually resurrected. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, here in South Africa, was it? Yeah, this earlier on this week, there's a video that went viral of someone who it's a church organization, and they're claiming, and the pastor is claiming to have resurrected this guy.
He was dead. He's now alive. Able to do exceedingly abundantly. Jesus. My Jesus. Yeah.
And there's a whole video, there's a whole footage of the whole thing, the whole resurrection actually happening. And yeah, it basically went viral, and there is a hashtag resurrection challenge. Oh, social media never fails. They always come through with these memes. So I'm just gonna put them here on all over so you guys can have a look. So yeah, this week has been something, and I don't know if people were joking, if it's actually that guy. The dead guy said that, guys, I was actually dead. People in these things, I don't even know if it's true. You know, sometimes social media, you don't know if it's actually the dead guy who said that he's been resurrected. You don't even know. But anyway, all in all, it was hilarious. I watched it, and I was watching it with Vane, and he's like, oh, what's going on here? We were all so confused, but mostly it was just funny. It was just so funny. He has a very huge following, a very huge congregation, and he's actually doing this resurrection in that whole church, and people are actually believing him. And it's quite sad, because as in, you as a person, you have a responsibility as a man of God, as a pastor, to lead people towards the right direction. But clearly what he's doing is, you know, is not real. So he's actually a fraudster. I think that's wrong. I mean, if you're heading a church, if you're a pastor and that's your congregation, you should do the absolute most for them to become better, not for you to, you know, manipulate them and, you know, gain financially. Because guys, this guy is rich, he is wealthy. Guys, people find you on social media. If you go viral, people find you on social media. So basically, you know, people have compiled all these things that he has. He is wealthy, meaning that he is taking advantage of the people who actually follow him. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because this is not the first time that these things are happening. Once again, people are being told by the pastor to eat grass or drink petrol, you know. I mean, and people actually do it. Like, guys, I mean, you know, religion is it's very tricky. So people are actually busy drinking, spraying doom. Guys, all these things have been happening. With this, I think social media is doing a good thing, because once these things go viral, people immediately start putting out memes, and that in itself shuts the whole thing down. It creates an awareness. It creates a, like, whoa, what is happening here in these parts of this world? People are asking me from Kenya, like, what's happening to that pastor and all that. So I'm like, whoa, what? People in Kenya even saw this thing before I did. Some people in Kenya, some of my friends. So I'm like, wow, this thing has actually gone viral, and people are actually talking about it, and, you know, putting their thoughts and their opinions about it. Things like that it's easier to sort of stop things like that. Like if it goes viral, guys are like, no, but what he's doing is wrong, blah blah blah, then there's a spotlight like shining on them in that whole organization and how they run things. And that's actually a good thing, because if social media wasn't there, this guy would probably continue to manipulate all these people and we would have never known, you know. So there is an advantage, and also the jokes that come along with it. Secondly, I think social media is an advantage because it can help run businesses. In Kenya, that there are a lot of businesses that run on social media. We are a tech social media. Africa is moving forward, and I like that. For me, my personal example is I'm here in South Africa, but I'm conducting a business in Kenya, like with the help of some people that side, but it's an online business, so that helps me, and I'm all the way this side, but somehow I can still like find a way to create some sort of little income all the way in Kenya. So it's definitely an advantage. Third thing is communication, guys. If you're so far away from your family, as in Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram has made it so easy to like sort of feel like you're close to everybody else in terms of like, oh, I can see my cousin is doing this. WhatsApp, I can call, I can make video calls, I can make, nowadays you can even do a whole group call, which is cool, you know, with your family to sort of check on them, because back in the days you send a letter. My mom used to say it takes like 6 months or something to get to that destination. It takes like, by the time you guys respond, it's like a whole 6 months, and so much can happen in between. So this social media has really helped us in terms of like communication, you know, things go fast, and it helps me feel a bit like, you know, I know what's going on at home even if I'm all the way here. So that's an advantage. A disadvantage of social media is basically number one, addiction. So I was watching Over 25, and they were talking about actually more or less the same thing, and how easily it is like to slip into addiction without you even knowing that you're addicted to social media. So that is actually like a big challenge for people out there. So I'm trying my best to also, you know, sometimes you listen and you read all these things, you're like, yeah, okay, fine, you know, it's hitting home that people, I'm actually addicted to social media. Like the amount of time you check your Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all these things, as in it adds up to quite a lot. So because of that, I'm personally trying, I'm going to try and limit my social media use, so that you don't end up being like a slave to social media, because it's supposed to be a tool. It's not supposed, you're supposed to be controlling it, it's not supposed to be controlling you, remember? Yeah, so that's one of the things that definitely I personally need to work on, is like spending less time on social media. Social media can also lead to some type of depression, because every time you keep looking, people are out there living their best life, doing their things, blah, blah, blah. Hey, going here, going to events, doing all these fabulous things, and you're just chilling at home. So sometimes you can tend to feel, you know, a bit like out of the loop, especially like I feel like last year, me moving to South Africa, I follow a lot of people from Kenya, and then also my cousins and stuff. Like I felt like I was missing out on so much, like, and I found myself sort of living a half foot in, half foot out life, in the sense that I was not really fully living in South Africa. I was living here, but mentally I'm at home. I want to see what's happening there, which events people are doing, what are people doing. It really affected me in the sense that I think I got even more homesick, and it made me feel like, okay, yeah, if I was in Kenya I'd be doing this, which is really not like, I'm giving you a personal example, which is really like not the case. But like at that moment in time, if you look at this event, if you look at what your friends are doing, if you look at what your cousins are doing, you're like, wow, I am truly missing out. So I realized that actually when I came back from Kenya this time, and I promised myself that I will stop living that 1 foot in, 1 foot out life. And if I see something nice that's going on in Kenya, or with my cousins, or with my friends, or you know, that whole missing out on things, I told myself that I need to focus on myself and focus on my family, which is here now, because I don't want to continue the way I continued, the way I was like last year. So that was something that I actually personally found that I did, which is not so great. Another negative impact on social media, which I think, is that it makes you feel sort of like it gives you that feeling of low self-esteem at some point, because if you're seeing people always slaying, always living their best lives, always like doing things fine, at some point it's good to it's always good to admire and aspire, but it'll reach, if you're constantly on social media, it'll reach a point whereby it's like you start feeling that you as a person are less than, you know, than. It's not something that obviously you're telling yourself you're less than, but the more you constantly look at people's feeds, and the more that you're like, oh my god, look at that dress, oh my god, she has this, she has that, it sort of makes you feel like you really don't have much. And that's not good, because in life you need to sort of also count your blessings, because there are so many people who are struggling and they would love to have what you have, but the fact that you know, it's not like you're not appreciative, like that's constant swiping and loading, and you know, the way now social media, it's developed in a way that it does not stop. So that constant viewing, I think, messes up with your mentality, messes up with your self-esteem. So that's another thing that I saw that I've personally realized that can actually affect you, because you're like, oh look, this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing, but like you don't realize also how much you do, or how much, like, you probably also put out a post and people will probably be saying the same thing about you. So with social media, you actually have to just, you know, see behind the photo, or know that this is not how people are living their lives 24/7. When you look at things like that, you need to take it positively. You need to say, wow, this is so nice, I should maybe improve this. For example, for me as a content creator on my channel, or I should improve, you know, take it in a positive way. But sometimes you can't help but feel like low self-esteem, or feel negative about certain situations. It's life, we are human beings, but that's also something you need to be careful about. So that's it from me. I didn't even want to say much, but yeah, because of that whole thing going viral, I was like, what? it was actually hilarious, and it made my day. And then now I started thinking about it, I'm like, yo, no, let me just put out this video, talk about it. Let me know what you think about this whole resurrection situation, lol. And also the impact on social media on your personal life. What have you seen that it's been doing to you that you really want it to be like, nah, no, that's not my portion? You want to change. What do you want to change in your life in terms of social media? Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to ask. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. It was short, it was random, I didn't even want to say much, but here we are. I hope it's not too long. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button so you can keep getting this fun, funky videos of mine. And yeah, comment about the look down below also. I'm curious, did I nail it once again? Or yeah, let me know. I'm trying all these things and trying to improve my channel for you guys, at least for better viewing, and yeah, talk about real stuff once in a while. So here we are.